My friends, today we're going to discuss if FTX has any chance for a bright future and how the miners are doing now, because they are also one of the market components. You're on the Make Money channel, let's sort it all out. On Tuesday, December 20, FTX creditors were informed that the decreased cryptocurrency exchange had more than $1 billion in identified assets. The new management team assessed the company's position on Tuesday. The management told creditors that FTX employees had been working to recover hundreds of millions of dollars in cash from several bank accounts in an attempt to resolve the crypto exchange collapse. During the hearing, FTX executives stated that the company's cash assets amounted to $720 million. The exchange has yet to consolidate that, as most of the funds are now under the control of the US Department of Justice. Another $500 million is currently being held by the US institutions. During Tuesday's bankruptcy proceedings, FTX's new chief financial officer, Mary Celia, said, "We are reaching out to all those banks and changing the signatories on the accounts so that we can get access to the accounts and transfer the cash to the authorized depository institutions." Celia also added that the company had about $130 million in cash locked up in Japan, where local regulators hold funds for local customers. $6 million remains separate for operating expenses, such as salaries. The remaining $423 million is held at unauthorized US institutions by one broker, Celia said without naming him. Steve Kovaric, FTX Senior Director of Financial Advisors, also claimed that the exchange was making a continuous effort to identify the company's global digital assets and transfer them into a cold wallet. As we can see, my friends, the exchange is trying to get funds out of all stashes in order to satisfy its users, though most likely to be clean with the law. Many people believe that with proper efforts, the exchange will be able to return all the funds and continue its work as before. What do you think about this? Are there any viewers who have lost funds on this exchange? Write your opinion in the comments. There is also news about world-famous Sam Bankman-Fried. I will tell you about it now. The founder of cryptocurrency exchange FTX has agreed to be extradited to the US and signed the necessary documents to do so on Tuesday. According to the New York Post, the extradition was confirmed by the acting Bahamas Commissioner of Corrections, Don Clare. SBF delivered the documents on Tuesday to challenge the US extradition. On Wednesday, SBF is expected to stand trial and fly to the US the same day. However, the FTX founder will sign a series of separate documents confirming his waiver of rights. Referring to the sources familiar with the matter, Bloomberg reported that FBI agents would accompany Sam Bankman-Fried back to the US on a non-commercial plane. The plane should take off from the island's nation's private airport, another source said. Let me remind you that since his arrest earlier this month, Sam has been living in the infamous Fox Hill prison in the Bahamas. I would like to wish him an unconditionally fair trial and punishment. The most important thing for all of us is the integrity and preservation of the crypto market. As we have only recently seen the FUD around Binance, let's hope that Sam won't say too much. And now let's move on to mining. The Bitcoin mining industry has been hit hard due to the drop in prices in the cryptocurrency market. Core Scientific, one of the largest publicly traded cryptocurrency mining companies in the US, has become another victim of the volatile market and declared its bankruptcy. A report by CNBC states that Core Scientific intends to file for bankruptcy protection under Chapter 11 in the US state of Texas. CNBC also notes that this step is connected with the fact that the company's cash flow is insufficient to pay off its debt's obligations. At the moment, Core Scientific is still generating positive cash flow, but the cash flow is not enough to pay off debts financing for the equipment that the company is leasing. Meanwhile, the plans to file for bankruptcy will not affect mining. Most importantly, the company has no plans to liquidate. It will continue to operate as usual until the deal is concluded with the senior security holders who hold most of the company's debt. The move was prompted by several internal and external events that have caused Core's earnings to decline. One of them goes back to the bankruptcy of Celsius, a cryptocurrency lender that was its customer. The write-off of Celsius debt put pressure on the Core balance sheet. Similarly, the company has been affected by falling cryptocurrency prices, the rise in energy cost, and increased competition among miners. The public company announced this in the SEC filing in October, where it first stated the possibility of filing for bankruptcy. Over the past year, Core Scientific stock has fallen by 98%. Its valuation has also fallen from $4.8 million, publicly listed on SPAC in July 2021, to about $78 million at present. As we can see, 2022 does not pity anyone, but still some people stay afloat in a difficult situation, and some leave the market with a bang. Let's discuss how mining can affect the value of Bitcoin. Core Scientific is not the only crypto miner struggling due to the current market conditions. The provider of hosting services and infrastructure for cryptocurrency mining, Compute North, filed for bankruptcy in September. The filing affected Marathon Digital Holdings, another mining company that reported an $80 million impact on Compute North. In the same way, Greenwich Generation reported a second quarter net loss of more than $100 million in August. The vertically integrated mining company said it was suspending plans to expand its operations in Texas. While the drop in the price of BTC has increased the strain of miners problems could contribute to an even bigger drop in the assets market. What do you think, my friends? Is the value going to fall even lower, or are we already touching the bottom? Of course, now it is hard to predict anything, because we do not know what 2023 has in store for us. We can only hope for the best. And as always, I wish you only a positive growth of your assets and watch a constant green P&L. That's all we have here, my friends. Thanks for watching. Don't forget that we also have our Telegram channel, which is in the description below the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and of course like this video. Make money.